Hello there, beautiful people. Hello, Spruce Society. I'm here. I'm Laura Bier. I'm a Silver with Young Living, and I was asked to talk today about the foundation. Actually, I volunteered to talk about it. The foundation's one of the things that makes me love Young Living. One of many things, but one of the things that I especially love about Young Living. I have been lucky enough to go on, I think, 4 service trips so far, and I'm about to head out on my 5th. And the Young Living Foundation has really impacted the way that I ran my business and the way that I connected with community and found cross-line friends, etc. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the foundation and about, hi guys, thanks for joining. About how you can get involved yourself. So the foundation has 3 core principles that they follow. That's part of their mission, and that is nurture potential. I'm looking at my notes over here, which is around small business support, particularly women-owned business, and really helping entrepreneurial spirit in disadvantaged countries. Rescue the harmed, which is about exploitation, whether that's work exploitation or sex exploitation, etc., and rescuing vulnerable populations. And then protect the earth. And of course, that's got to be core to who we are as a business, because Young Living is all about the plant, right? We're about plant-based wellness. We're about our small local farms, about growing naturally and organically. So those sort of conservation efforts are really a new sort of core part of the foundation's mission. The foundation sort of recently, I shouldn't say recently, in the last 5 years, I don't know how long, but originally they had sort of 3 other pillars, and now these are those. And I think that they're a really great sort of rallying cry that everyone can connect with. And they have ways you can get involved with each of those. When you make a donation to the foundation, you can donate to their general fund. Or you can donate to one of those specific pillars if you have, a particular care in one area or another. One of the ways that people commonly get involved is rounding up. So easy to do and so valuable. And if everyone... I'm going to forget the statistics, but I've seen some great statistics. Like if everyone just rounded up, which means you're giving, no more than 99 cents, we would be giving away hundreds of thousands or tens of thousands of dollars to the foundation every year. And the foundation is fully funded administratively by Young Living as a company. So every dollar you donate to the foundation goes to those causes. And I've seen that in action. Like I've been on foundation projects where we were buying supplies for something, and the foundation person who had the credit card paid for the supplies for the people out of their foundation credit card, and then they got out their corporate credit card to buy their own lunch. So 100% of those administrative costs are covered by Young Living Corporate. It's amazing. Like I said, I've seen it in action. It is not just something they're saying. It actually happens. So you can feel confident that every cent that you donate is going towards these causes, which is really, really great. When I was first out of college, or actually trying to pay my way through college, I worked at a fundraising center, and we fundraised for different organizations. And often the organization would only get between 50 and 80 cents on the dollar because of the costs of raising those funds. And so the fact that Young Living pays 100% of those administrative costs is pretty amazing. You can find the foundation on Charity Navigator or Star Charity, like any of those charity assessment tools that you want to use, and it's got a really, really, really high rating. And so you can feel confident when you donate that's being used in a good way. So Nurture Potential, we have the Academy that's in Ecuador. It's in just a town outside of Guayaquil. And so that is like a little beachside sort of port I shouldn't say little, it's a big town, in Ecuador, and it's near our Finca Botanica farm. And so the academy is really amazing, and it has a college readiness style high school. So a lot of the high schools in Ecuador are more geared towards, you know, then going on to other skills or trade-based careers, and this is a college readiness high school path, which is amazing for these kids. And the foundation does do a lot to sponsor them and get them ready, and yeah, try and get them to university, which is a really exciting path. So you can sponsor a child there. And that's a really fun way to get involved. A lot of people like that. I happen to like rounding up, which I mentioned earlier, but you can also just make general donations. And another fun way to get involved is the service trips. And that's where my heart is, because not everyone can do them, but if you can get involved, it is an amazing experience to see firsthand, be on the ground with people and making a difference. And the big difference with the foundation is that it's not like a handout. In fact, we all have t-shirts that say it's not a handout, it's a hand up. And so it's really about working together with people, not saying, hey, where are these white saviors, come in here to fix you or help you. It is like seeing someone in need and saying, how can we help? Not thinking that we know better. And so we work alongside people. When I've been in Nepal building homes, we'll work with the family for whom the home is for, and we get to, you know, put together their home. And it's a really special experience to work beside them for, you know, 3 or 4 days building and being in the dirt and the mud and not having a shared language, like gesturing and sort of making it work, but it's really fun. And yeah, and then I got to go back to Nepal another 3 times. So I got to see in action what that looked like. And see what a difference that it had made, and Young Living investing in those communities and building those homes brought the entire community up. When they have, you know, accommodations, homes that are safe and secure, and you're not worried about, you know, your belongings and having them getting ruined by rain or mud, etc. Like, you can then start to think about education and put your priorities in other needs that are really valuable, and not just you know, shelter, which of course is a primary need. But once that's secure, you can then like contribute to your community in a much bigger way. So that's what they're doing in Nepal. Those trips are finished for now, but there's still many more trips. They've got one coming up to Mexico, which is similar. It's building a school there. So that's a fun one, and they're not as far away as Nepal, which makes it very nice as well. And many people have at least some rudimentary Spanish in America, being such a proximate country. So that's a great opportunity. And then they also have another one this year. And so that's Mexico is under the Nurture the Potential pillar. And then the one under the Protect the Earth pillar is working on a Palo Santo reforestation project. And that's really exciting. So we have, for those of you who don't know, Palo Santo, which is one of our favorite oils. If you haven't smelled Palo Santo, you absolutely need to. Fair warning, it does not smell good out of the bottle. If you open the lid and smell, it's not the best. But put it in a diffuser and it is extraordinary. Those very first top notes are a little, but really lovely. And in fact, that's why Palo Santo is so popular in South America, because it is used in incense in a lot of Catholic churches. The project that we're working on there is planting 1,000 seedlings. The seedlings were grown at Finca Botanica, our farm, in Guayaquil in Ecuador, and then they moved to this forest area where it's being managed by a family that has has a lease to manage this land sustainably. So they can only harvest so many and they want to repopulate. And the great thing about Palo Santo is that it doesn't encourage deforestation. It grows very slowly. It takes 70 years to get to maturity and then die on the ground. And then once it's died, all the oils from the whole tree sort of go out and coalesce in the core. And that's actually that heartwood that we use to make essential oil. So the trips are really fun. They're a great way to meet other people, other cross-line friends. They're often quite roughing it, which is sort of an adventure to test yourself. And it's a great experience to try new food, new culture. So they're really, really, really fun. I cannot sort of say enough. But if you can't do that, there's many ways that you can help the foundation, like having an event at your home, where I have done things like where if people made a donation to the foundation, then they got free make and take items that they could do. Or even if you couldn't come to your home, like I had said, anyone that made a donation of X amount of dollars, I would send them a cute little recipe card and then these envelopes so that they could make bath tea with, you know, like oatmeal and rose petals and rose oil, etc. So I sent them the non-oils part of that gift. So there's lots of ways to incorporate the foundation into your business, make it super fun, and really connect with what is important about Young Living, which is the impact that we can have on the world when we look after ourselves and are careful about what we put in our own body, and that idea that everyone can hopefully have that that ability to look after themselves and their family, and being able to want to spread that around the world, whether it is through stable environments, stable shelter, education, opportunity, you know, being able to contribute to that mission. That's really what Gary and Mary wanted when they set this up. They knew that they would have an impact on the world. And originally the mission of Young Living was oils in every home, you know, and that idea that connecting with the earth and going back to our roots of plant-based medicine, or plant-based preventative care, however you describe it, can really be super impactful. So the more that I learn about the foundation, the more that I understand how it is fulfilling that portion of their vision. And I feel very connected with Young Living whenever I go on them. Plus they give you lots of like freebies, and you get to know all the folks from the farm managers and the foundation. And it's just such a lovely connecting experience. But as I said, if you can't go on a service trip, don't feel like that you can't get involved. There's so many ways to incorporate it into what you're doing. And even if you don't have time and you don't want to think about it, just round up on your order. It's so super simple. So I don't know if people have questions. You're welcome to put them in the chat. I'm actually going to put a link to a video of our last trip to Ecuador, where you can see us planting some trees on the side of an incredibly steep hill where we were sort of holding ourselves up with ropes. But that's a fun video. It's just 3 minutes and you can see some of the people involved. Yeah, so I hope this was a good little overview of the foundation. Feel free to tag me in questions in the chat and I will come back and answer all that I can. Thanks.